Hello, my name is Carol Scholp, and I'm going to read for the Unity Coalition to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders today. We read for the kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd graders last week. We have a project going for all the school systems within Garland County called the Kindness Project. What we want to do is encourage kindness in all activities. So today I chose a book called The Kindness Club. Now I'm only going to read excerpts from it because the book is way too long, but please come to the library and get it out if you like what I read to you. I'm going to skip around a bit because it would be too long to read the whole thing. The way we came to be friends, Chloe, Theo, and I, is through the Kindness Club. A couple of weeks ago, it was a homework project for us, for science. The assignment was to conduct any experiment we wanted. Now that sounds really cool when a teacher tells you you can do anything you want. But it's really incredibly hard because there are so many possibilities, almost too many. After a lot of debate, we decided to test the effect of kindness acts on mean people. Would they turn kind too? There are mixed results. Chloe was kind to the most popular girls in the 5th grade, who also happened to be the meanest girls. And they didn't exactly change their ways. They said Chloe could be their friend, but only if she stopped being friends with Theo and I. Chloe told them no, and they were as mean as ever before. But that's okay, because our experiment worked on another subject, my neighbor, Mary Claire Gallagher. I called her Mrs. G for short. She had a disastrous backyard and a pretty bad front yard too. Chloe, Theo, and I cleaned it up. And Mrs. G went from being the meanest person I'd ever met to being my friend. That's because when you do something kind for someone, they get a boost of a chemical in their brains called serotonin. It makes them feel good, and sometimes it makes them feel good enough to be kind right back. It's not that I wanted to be a mean person before we started the club, but I wasn't as kind as much as I could have been. Unlike Chloe, my friend, who always brought up kind things to do. Now I want to be like that too. After we finished our experiment, we decided to keep the club going. We wanted to keep up our kindnesses. I'm skipping a little of the pages here. I wanted to keep up the club. So what about our kindness projects? I think we should do little things all the time, like give compliments. I'm sure that you've learned to do this. Your parents probably teach you just to tell people nice things like they look nice that day or you like what they fixed for lunch or dinner. Compliments are something we can do, cost absolutely nothing, and we can do them all the time. We can hold doors open. We can drop lucky pennies for people to find. At least 3 of these a day. And of course you can do more if you want. And we need a big club project so that we can do it all together. Well, they kind of go off on a little discourse here, but it comes back to the fact that yes, they are going to choose projects. The thing is, what will it be? Well, we could write letters to kids around the world, though that could be tough because we didn't speak all of the world's languages. We could pay the meters for all the cars parked on Main Street, but that would take a lot of quarters, more than we probably had. We could read to the younger kids in school during story time, except our teacher, Mrs. Daines, probably wouldn't let us out of the class to do that. Maybe if we came up with a club motto, the idea for a project would follow. That happens sometimes when I'm designing my outfits. I didn't know what to make, but I'll think of a color or a pattern, and then I go forth and make my garment. So what they did is they decided that if they had a project and they had a club name, that they would continue doing it. And that's the important thing. Kindness is a brand. Our brand is kindness. Can you do that for your people in your community? Can you be kind to everyone that you meet? Can you help people when you see they are in need? It doesn't matter whether it's a smile, a kindness gesture, anything that would make a person feel better. It doesn't have to cost anything, and it will make you feel so much better too. So thank you, and we hope you'll go forth and do your kindness project.